At a recent promotional event, Mike Tyson unleashed a brutal roast on Jake Paul, warning that he will finish him.
Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
Mike, known for his preference to show rather than talk, was pushed to his limit by Jake's bad-mouthing of his family and age. Tyson's clapback was epic, famous not only for his devastating punches, but also for his no-holds-barred trash talk. Iron Mike roasted Jake Paul and made it clear he plans to finish him. Typically, Tyson avoids trash talk, choosing to let his fists do the talking, unlike Jake, who seems to have a black belt in yapping. However, Jake went too far this time. In a recent interview, Tyson revealed his unconventional diet, claiming he eats raw meat to stay young and powerful. Mike's trash talk is as legendary as his knockout punches. He has a way with words that commands attention, much like when he declared in 2000 after defeating Lou Savarese, "I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious, the most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one who can stop me." Those words were aimed at Lennox Lewis, intended to intimidate, and they worked. Jake Paul, brimming with confidence, came out swinging. The press conference was wild, with the crowd roasting Jake left, right, and center. Imagine trying to look tough while being booed and heckled. Jake probably wished for a remote to mute everyone, but he had to stand there and take it.
Come on, Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Jake Paul. I like yeah. Hey, I hope y'all keep that same energy when I knock this old man the
Calling Mike an old man was a direct challenge. While Jake may have youth on his side, Mike has experience, power, and a history of turning trash talkers into believers. This new era of boxing, where flashy promotions and bold statements take center stage, marks a significant shift from the traditional respect and decorum of the sport. Mike Tyson is getting into Jake Paul's head, making him question his own fitness.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm better.
No,
and I'm gonna end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever. You started me off. I appreciate that, Mike. I love you. I love you. Like a father loves his son, but I must discipline you. You're going down, old man.
Okay, I love you too.
And Tyson didn't stop there. Tyson's view on physical conditioning is old school. He believes in being in top shape, ready for war. Seeing Jake with extra weight is a slap in the face to the dedication Tyson believes a fighter should have. This clash isn't just about the fight itself. It's a showdown between old-school toughness and new-school bravado. Tyson's been here before. He knows what it takes. Jake, on the other hand, is stepping into deep waters. Sure, he's had some wins, but fighting Mike Tyson is a whole different ballgame. Jake's unconventional rise in boxing, from fighting fellow YouTubers to facing actual athletes, has been entertaining, to say the least. He's knocked out a few people, but facing Mike Tyson, that's like going from climbing hills to scaling Mount Everest. It's a massive leap, and the stakes are high. Jake did his homework, noting that Mike was once beaten by Buster Douglas. But Jake seems to forget that he's not Buster Douglas. It's easy to point out Tyson's losses because there are so few of them. Buster Douglas is famous for his shocking victory over Mike Tyson in 1990, one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Douglas, seen as an underdog and criticized for his physical condition, knocked Tyson out. That loss was a significant event for Tyson, and is often seen as a turning point in his career. Douglas' win was a mix of smart tactics and exploiting Tyson's weaknesses at the time. By mentioning Buster Douglas, Jake Paul is trying to remind everyone that Tyson can be beaten. He's suggesting that Tyson might face a similar fate against him.
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm better. And I'm gonna end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever. You started me off. I appreciate that, Mike. I love you. I love you. Like a father loves his son, but I must discipline you. You're going down, old man.
Okay, I love you too.
Jake's bold claim that he's better than Buster Douglas is pretty hilarious. It's meant to boost his own confidence and make him look fearless and superior, but come on. Douglas' win over Tyson is legendary. Jake promising a quick defeat is also a psychological move. He wants to get under Tyson's skin by reminding him of one of his worst losses. Jake's essentially saying, "Hey, I can beat you, and I'll do it even faster than Douglas did." Jake's tactic is meant to shake Tyson's confidence and suggest that Jake can win decisively and swiftly, even if he doesn't fit the typical image of a top contender. In the end, it's all about the mind games. Jake's trying to play on Tyson's past to make himself look stronger. But Jake Paul, how can you even think you're Buster Douglas? Consider the man who actually beat Tyson. Buster Douglas had something special in him. What have you done so far? Tyson brings up Nick Diaz, or more likely Nate Diaz, as he's the one more recently linked to Jake Paul fights. By highlighting the weight difference, Tyson is implying that Diaz's lighter weight makes him a far less formidable opponent compared to Tyson, who has fought and dominated in the heavyweight division. Tyson isn't just talking about pounds. He's talking about the raw power and strength that come with fighting heavyweights. Then Tyson throws in Anderson Silva's name. Silva, a legendary MMA fighter who switched to boxing and fought Jake Paul, is brushed off by Tyson. By calling his opponents little guys, Tyson is saying that beating Silva doesn't really prove Jake's worth because Silva's main accolades were in lower weight classes and MMA, not heavyweight boxing. Tyson's overall message is that Jake hasn't faced anyone who truly tests his abilities the way Tyson would. Tyson's career is filled with fights against the best of the best. In contrast, Paul's victories, while entertaining, might not have prepared him for the power and skill Tyson still possesses, even in his later years. This is Psychological Warfare 101. Tyson is planting seeds of doubt in Jake's mind, making him question whether he's really ready to face a heavyweight legend. Tyson's comparison of himself to Paul's previous opponents serves to remind everyone just how vast the gap is between Tyson's historic competition and Jake's relatively new, arguably less challenging fights. It's a subtle way of saying, "You've got a long way to go, kid." Jake, let's be real for a second. You haven't beaten any legitimate professional fighters in your 4 short years of boxing, and now you're suggesting that you're going to put Tyson to sleep for good rather than merely knock him out? Man, get over it. At least let's discuss something we can both agree on, or at the very least, visualize. Jake is obviously trying to change the focus of the conversation from what he hasn't done to what he thinks he can do. It's all about projecting confidence and believing in yourself. But hypotheticals aren't what boxing is about. It all comes down to proving oneself in the ring. And Jake hasn't yet accomplished that feat against a true heavyweight legend like Tyson. Tyson considers himself to be a key player in Jake Paul's boxing career. This could imply that Tyson holds himself accountable for providing Jake with the opportunity or inspiration to enter the boxing profession. Tyson is reiterating his authority and reminding everyone of his power over the sport by claiming he'll finish him. According to Tyson's statement, Jake's boxing career has been indirectly affected by him, either by way of direct interactions, inspiration, or simply by virtue of being the boxing great that Jake looks up to, by saying he got Jake started. Tyson is trying to establish himself as a leader in Jake's professional life. "You're here because of me," he's saying, "and I'll be the one to put a stop to your run." This audacious assertion is about legacy as much as confidence. Even for his age, Tyson exudes a resolute trust in his own ability. He's making it very apparent to Jake and the general public. "I remain a formidable opponent." So, with whom do you agree? Are you a die-hard boxing fan who thinks Tyson still has the advantage based on the statistics? Or are you believing all the buzz about Jake Paul and believing he can pull off an upset? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.